Hello guys, welcome back to City Skylines. Today we're in the city of Lakewood, and here we've gotten ourselves some nice wharves, nice former industrial wharves. I think got some overhang areas, whatever you want to call it, wharves, overhangs. We recently had a flood here, and this right here was actually filled to the brim, even though sea level was lower, and it's lowered itself out. So we're gonna put our warehouse back here. I guess another warehouse here. We still have to fix the sports stadium and this right here, our little retirement area where it's gonna be like water, and then I'm thinking about connecting it up, well, back up to the ocean. So I did have to take some out, but if we're going to connect it to the ocean, we're going to have to connect it to a river first because our new addition, which caused all this flooding, well, it is Froggy Island. It's not meant to be shaped like a frog. At first, I was going to call it, Smile Island, J Island. But then I looked at it like this. I saw the little island peninsula thing. And you know what? It looks like a frog, so we're going with Froggy Island. Looks like a frog to me. Let me put it like this. I'm going to put it right under my tabs. Looks like a frog about to jump. Frog with a big belly, too. But yeah, first we're going to start with fixing everything up. Gonna get rid of this rain first. Even though it makes things look cool, we need things to be dry for this right here. We're going to place back our sports stadium, which did unfortunately succumb and collapse. So we're going to place this back, our football stadium. We're going to place it back right where that is. And then we're going to place back our parking lots. So I'm thinking about upgrading our parking lots. I'm going to create a poll depending on how many subs this gets as to what to do. And then we had for our sports stadium, of course, we need people to profit off of this too. People that don't really like sports. So our small warehouse will be right here. And then, right, this is a very tourism-y area. We don't have anything for buses. So, even though this did have another warehouse here, another larger warehouse, this medium-sized one, like right here, I had to glitch it in. And I don't feel like glitching it in again. That's just too tacky. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to transportation, and we're going to get some bus infrastructure in here. Of course, we're going to have our bus depot right here. And then we're going to put our bus station, if it fits. Nope, it's not going to fit. But we're going to put it right here. We have some row housing right here too. Now, what I did for this office area, well, for these industrial areas, is I put office buildings there, buildings that will act as office buildings. I believe they act as office buildings. I'm gonna check actually. Yes, garbage has piled up, but I don't care. Um, let's see. Visitors last week. Oh, I only had 11 visitors, 15 visitors, 20, 13. Let's see what present height has. Now we only have two main areas: Cedar Park and Crescent Heights. We have the Moore. This all of this right here is the Moore district, the entire area, and this is all Meadow Square, with Walnut District being a part of Meadow Square, I believe. Let me check zoning. These are to be entire countries or entire like, counties. Yeah, counties, for lack of better terms. But Cedar Park and then Crescent Heights is an autonomous zone. As you can see, they have everything great. Well, these guys right here have more freedoms than these guys do too. This right here is another autonomous zone. And I tried the model part of New York using the Brooklyn thing. And again, I'm just using these buildings right here as office buildings. As you can see, we have the Letco office building right here, and then the Letco factory right there. Then we have a huge modern structure overlooking the stadium almost, which I feel like I should move it, but we have our grand station here, and this is just the perfect use of space. I'm going to check out a few parts of the island that may have been hit hard. I know this area was hit hard. I had to replace all this right here. But again, wave took so long to clear that it deleted some of the benches. And you can see it's still sand here a little bit, so it's still kind of recovering. You can see this entire area is still recovering. But everything should be good in a few minutes because sand should come in, and I have this on 3x time. So, about this area right here, the use of this area. Now, hospital is going to be too big. Retirement center is the perfect size, but see how that looks. Not by a warehouse. Could do a hot air balloon if placed at the right angle. I just have to move a few things around, but we're not going to do that. And I don't know if we have any more hot air balloons anywhere. So we're going to place the hot air balloon area. The hot air balloon. Not in petrochemicals. That's not going to be a good. Not able to be covered up by the government. Anything goes wrong there. Ooh, right here maybe. This is a great spot actually. Have a tall building right there. Will it conflict? Did not conflict. And you can fly over the stadium. You know, on game days, they should program it to where on game days, if there is a nearby balloon ride area, to where a balloon can stay, like just be floating above the game, or at least like come down a little bit too. That would be very nice. And then you could set up some pickup spots, routes for the hot air balloon to go. And just to show you guys the size of these balloons, that's how high it is, and that's how big it still looks. Now, of course, it is going down, so it just went above the buildings, and I actually want to witness the shadow fly over me. I want to come here. Into a predominantly sunny area. Yeah, we're just gonna look at the sun as we're eclipsed by the shadow. Which I forgot to take away all that fog screen. Boom. But yeah, we're just gonna come here to a good spot. Boom's right there. Shadow's gonna come down on the building soon. The sun's right there. Perfect setup. It might just go over Walnut District. That small blue big island. Now, after the shenanigans, sorry, it is literally 8:07. Um, we are going to reclaim a warehouse area. Now we're gonna pause it, of course. We're gonna bring it back to its former glory. So yeah, we have this our first warehouse. That will be the only warehouse that I will bring back for now. This one I'm gonna plan on making it a park actually, which is what I should do with this. But we still have industry here. So until I repurpose this area, it is going to be a warehouse. From the screen to the ring to the bend to the king. Please don't sue me, KSI. So yeah, that right there is going to be that. This right here, I forgot the boundaries that I had for it. So that's going to be fun to remodel, which I actually think I see a little sliver right there. So I think it may or may not have been a square, but I'm going to make it a triangle. So yeah, look at that. Just to bring some unique shapes into our city. Now this is paused. It will freak out. Newsflash, right? So as I find the thing, I'm gonna just flatten this back in, push it all back into the island, or push it back on all back down to the seafloor. And this is too harsh, so we're gonna create more of a slope effect for some unique landscape. Yeah, it's still underwater. That's fine. And we're gonna watch this all freak out. Flood the city once more, not to the extent that it did last time, but it's still gonna flood a good portion of it, as you can see, before being pulled back in, right at this building here. At least I hope. So yeah, this will be in our nice park area here with trees. It's just gonna be a tree park. It's not gonna be kids park, obviously. We're gonna densely pack it with trees. I know this came out of nowhere, but I lost footage. So technically it did not come out of nowhere for me. Oh, it would be nice to make the parking garage for some reason. I actually have a nice design somewhere in Uptown or District. Let's see. Here's my example at. Here it is. Where the trees are. Row houses did grow in, but it was surrounded by trees. I didn't do it for other parking garages, but it's still nature as in nature and natural. Now, I did forget to name the map and record me making it, but proof of me making it, I am on console. I can't really buy maps on here unless it's with DLC, which I don't know any other maps like this. So I'm gonna save my game here just to show you how everything looked. I'm gonna actually save it twice. It's the same. It's the same game. Show you how everything looked. This is how everything looked at first. No Froggy Island, nothing else. Alright, but then this is how it looked before that. Alright, and we're back after our little loading thing. Now this way, here's how the map looked, okay? So we got a peninsula to a peninsula to a mainland. Alright, and before even this, you're gonna go to map editor And I'm going to show you. Alright, my mic may be bad. I dropped my controller a few times. Load map. What's the most recent? This one. Only reason I know it's the newest one because I saw it. This right here is how it looked even before that. As you can see, this is my map, personally made. Some refinations, some refined. This right here is where that industrial area is. You know how I can tell? The shape. I dragged a road down here from this area. That's actually how I started dragging the road. Nope, actually not. I did a roundabout. Then I dragged a road down here. Then another roundabout. And that's literally all how I started. I started with just dragging the road through the area. Thinking, maybe, hey, this right here is gonna flop. Maybe I'm never gonna use this map ever again. We're gonna use this map again. It's actually fun to play on. And, right, I even went the extra level and gave it some geography. Right, there it is. So, I'm gonna wait for this all to turn green. And then I'm gonna attempt. This is the only area where water even is, where it can even spawn. Now, this essentially is where I put Froggy Island at. You can tell because the distance from the area, how everything looks. Now, at first, I was going for a UK-ish, UK-Florida mashup. You dig? Never seen that again. That's so embarrassing. Now, all this other stuff is flat, but I even paid attention to the parts where I was lazy on. So even my most lazy parts have the utmost detail using this. Just up and down. I didn't even think I could go lower than that. Wait, yes I did. But yeah, you can't see the end of the map on either end, which was actually a topic I was actually, you know, very concerned about. Just gonna let it all green up right here. Which it's actually cool watching grass grow slowly but surely. But yeah, now all this will turn green. I promise. I promise. I was just doing random stuff underwater. It should all turn green, as you can see from the border here. It will be turning green soon. As you can see, we have some areas that already are turning green. I actually wonder how this will look all green. Okay, I've never let it all fully go green, which it's actually doing right now. And yeah, you just watched it all go green. Now, some areas, of course, yes, will be a lighter green. and others will be darker green, but that's only because the top area has resources. Some of these areas do have resources like these and these lighter areas. But other than that, it's the only area that doesn't turn green. Yeah. Only sand, only actual sand on the whole map is right here. Right where my, what was that? Well, it's right outside of it. But yeah, all of this here. I do not know what's supported by that. Even if I do flatten it out, what difference is that going to make? It's still a grave site, right? The oldest stuff is already broken down. More recent stuff is a bit more sturdy, but a bit less broken down. But yeah, I guess the bodies would decompose. And the wood would decompose from the casket. And yeah, enough talking about deceased people. Look at this castle. Look at how huge this castle is. Look at how it dwarfs everything around it. But then take a look at the highest peak. I believe it's what I believe is the highest peak. Highest peak might actually be over here somewhere that's inaccessible. You cannot go higher than this. I guess the more prominent line, there's the 16 tiles. I don't know. Only 10 more tiles. But yeah, look at that. Now the area right here was not as wooded as it is as I put it in the game. You don't know why? Because stuff like this. And this is always glitched. Alright. I was always gonna have it as like a little side task, reroute the rails around X, you know. Yeah. Highway is near perfect. I don't have any tools, just to show you my road tools. I don't have any double highways, none of that phase lines too best. I just have to go a little bit ahead. And yeah, I have that. But back to the island. Now we're going to develop Froggy Island because we already have our park and everything else I discussed complete, almost, mostly. So we're going to load Lakewood back in. Most recent Lakewood, I hope. If it's not the most recent, I will find it eventually. Yes, I did find the most recent. So we're on Froggy Island now. So we're going to start this off with a port. And not just any port, okay? We're going to start it a harbor. Right, and the harbor road will curve into there. Alright, we're gonna give it its own water system too. So this will be the start of a water system. And just to make things work even better all at once, we're just gonna add a power station right here. We're gonna go nuclear on this island, as to I do with all my other islands and stuff. Power really shouldn't be a complaint here. Heating should be though. I should be complaining about heating, so I will go ahead and I'll go get something really quickly for that. Actually, I'm gonna make our first, not industrial war. No. You can hear what's in the background. I'm pretty sure you can hear what's in the background. But hey, that's what happens when you have family. Now, we're actually gonna have. Oh, it's in its cycle. So this island has a cycle where it floods and then it goes away. This should be the end of the cycle. I'm gonna speed it up towards the end of the cycle. As you can see, it's thinning out. We're thinning out here. We're bottlenecking here. Water's getting thinner here. Water's actually become still, and it's all flooding to one area. It's either in its flood cycle or it's in its flood cycle. You can see how pronounced that is. This will be the most pronounced flood cycle I've seen on this island, actually. So you can see the sand forming down here too. You can actually see the sand forming. It's actually cool. Look at that. You can see some of the sand forming slash seabed, sea sediment, whatever you'd like to call it. This is actually the widest the cycle gets, as far as I know. But that is a pronounced cycle right there. And now it's ending. Look at that. Look at that. This is what I mean, peninsula. Because now it's surrounded. by land and not water. Mostly not water because it's the most pronounced cycle. It's not all dry. Usually it would be pushed back, more of a low tide area. A little bit of a wave would hit the area, would hit the island. That was the quickest cycle I've seen, but it may have made it would have used minutes. Well, mostly minutes. That's as narrow as it gets. So yeah, there's pretty big, large areas. Well, no area of you can't build in this area basically. You can't build here unless you're at full cycle. Because if you're not at full cycle, you make a mistake, someone's dying. Someone's house is getting, destroyed by the new cycle. Even though it comes in slowly, as you can see, it comes in very slowly. You're still destroying someone's house. You're still giving somebody's house mold or excess moisture. So you can only build here. I'm only gonna build here in this area. I'm only gonna make updates to this area during its flood season, which I guess is starting back now. As you can see. But this right here is as thin as the river goes. So we're gonna stop complaining. We're gonna switch those to tram. The tram tracks. Tram track like a Amtrak. So we've got 3 intersections now on this island. 1, 2, just 2. Yeah, we only have 2 intersections in this map. Gonna make it a 3rd one. We're gonna create our first sub over there. I don't know what I'm doing right there yet. We're not gonna go that far into planning. So yeah. That area is flood prone, so we're not gonna go there yet. If we do go there, we're gonna go high density residential. We're gonna wait. Yep, they're dealing with waste now. So we're gonna deposit that waste off of this side of the island. Actually, not even gonna put it away from the area where water is coming in. So And we're gonna get them some. Alright, it's very windy right here, right now, so we're just gonna give them two. And we're just gonna jumpstart this area here. But yeah, the middle is gonna be less windy. These seaside areas are gonna be very windy. Unlike this area right here is acting weird with its wind. Or is that just electricity? I have no idea. It's just not as windy as the peaks of these mountains. I feel like it's a wind epidemic. And now that that's happening, power's connected, everything's good. We're still going to give these guys a third turbine, possibly a fourth, just to even things out. But when you're down here, and you can look, you can peek through trees and see the other side of the map. It's satisfying. So we're going to give these guys their own Capitol building, which is Sun Lounge would be a great building, but that's already in the other thing. Area. We're just gonna get them hotel place. That should connect up hopefully. Guys, I'm getting a little stressed again. I may lose my job. So yeah, we have our piping done for now. It's a cute little area, cute little island. No one wants to come here yet. If only I had the means to do that. As may all look flat, but it's actually not flat. That's why I'm working with curves. And we have our first load of people, which I don't want to hijack the situation. We're going to give them fire and police. Police should cover everywhere that you can go for now. Boom, look at that. This actually fits with the coloration, so we're just gonna this looks actually nice. Now I will fold these on this area. Right in the roads, like real life. And the more heating pipes I use in this game, the colder I get, so I'm just gonna put the controller down, get something, get some stuff really quickly, get something to warm me up, and then I'll come back, finish the video. It is actually now 8:44. I am back, but I was eating hot dog. I don't know what the French call it, but I'm gonna say hot doggy. Mom. 22:22. We're gonna edit this like crazy. I have a lot of editing ahead of me. Video might get a bit choppy here, but Alright, yeah, I'm back at 58 out of 60 minutes I have to film. So, we're back. We're having fun. Alright, that's gonna be edited out, hopefully. I'm gonna try editing for the first time. For the first time in forever. So, yeah, basically, the lore is this island here broke off of this island. If I forgot, I have some type of dementia. I don't know what it is. The thing where I forget. And the water has fully dried out here. That's sad. That really is so saddening to hear. To see. After so much work, you would think the water wouldn't have evaporated. You would think that water from up here would not be able to. There should be a threshold to where water does not evaporate. But then again, that will cause like permanent